do you think art is still considered as a profession? Students still share that when they want to do something different, when they want to do something different beyond math, beyond science, they want to take up art and humanities. Do you still think that is considered as a profession even now? Because there's a lot of backlash that students hear. Even now, music is not considered as a good profession. Even now, art is not considered as a good profession. So what do you have to say about it?
Yes. See, that will be there after 10 years also. Even when you become parent and you have a kid also, you also wanted a safer career for your kid, where there are more opportunities. But how do you convince? That's the most important thing that we have to tell. What is the antidote to it?
Right.
Number one, we have to tell them, rather than telling them, proving them with it as a side hustle, which can take the role of the main one. So let's say if I want to be a podcaster, it is ambitious. Okay, I'm a chirpy talker. I can be a podcaster. But you start your channel and grow its subscribers subtly. And then tell your parents, if without doing it as a side hustle only, if I can do this much and earn this much or get recognition this much, what will happen if I do it for the full time? And tell them that 12 months I will try or 18 months I'll try. If it works out, it has to work out in the next 18 months. Otherwise, I'll come back to the path which you have told. That's a better way of negotiation rather than being adamant and losing time. So always tell, like, negotiate with time. Saying that 18 months मैं try करूँगा, नहीं हुआ तो again I'll come back to this. At least they'll give a try. Number one, that's if you're not strong, don't try to choose all these things. Just succumb to it and sulk all your life. But point is, if you are strong, if you're not able to convince your own blood-related parents, how can you convince a stranger to sell your product? If your convincing skills are not at your home, what will you convince someone else? So you need to convince your own people. If they don't believe you, why will a stranger believe you? A lot of people, I keep doing that social service day in, day out. I think that is a good karma which I'm gathering. Yeah. Oh, there was one girl who was studying engineering and she was pissed off because she was not cracking any IT interview. The parents were very orthodox and they were worried and stuff. She got to know about us because she was working as a student with us. And then one day the parents came and they said, like, this lady keeps on doodling and she does nothing and she's not cracking anything. I said, like, make her choose UI design and other careers rather than pushing her into coding. They didn't listen, but later they said, like, what will you say? I said, like, next 6 months, let her get trained. If she is fine, she will get a job. Otherwise, it's okay. We'll try to make her learn some IT technology and push her. Later, now she started the doodling. I told her, why can't you convert that into apparel? And now she runs her own boutique. So it's like, sometimes some stories are possible. But the point is, because she's not trained as a designer, she came out with some designs which are not technically right. And when they're not technically right, people appreciate it. See, we started in Student Tribe also a vertical called CARE. So careers, addictions, relationships, and emotions. I've hired professional psychologists to take counseling sessions. I'm not a trained psychologist to comment on it. But what I personally believe is, like, we need to talk. Unless we start talking, all these things keep popping up. Suicides and you name it, people, they die of suicide. They don't commit suicide. Because you need to understand the whole logic is that they felt lonely. They don't have anyone to listen or talk, to resort to such step or a grave step. For the depression, yes, it's clinically a problem, but do we have a solution to it? Is it genetic? Is it something coming from the one generation to another? Someone is passing it on. What are the traumas that they have? What are the childhood traumas that they have? So they have to vent it out. So again, I'm circling back because we are ending the interview. I'm circling back to the starting thing. Are you listening? When you listen, all these things are easy to solve. So you name, like, okay, fine, depression is not at just a young age. Maybe someone at relationship level, someone after marriage, someone after pregnancy. Who knows? At every stage, we have to face this. But are we telling them that it's okay and you're not the only one who is going through that? So a lot of others are also going through that. So they need to find a resort.